Alright, just quickly, I wanted to add this just before we start. And after you watch this short film, you'll understand like why it's taken so long to get these out. So this is clips by date, when you want to add another clip. So at the moment, I am up to somewhere here, I think. Nope, keep going. This is another project I'm working on. Sneak peek you got there. Alright, I think we're here. No, we're still not there. Good God. Here. Yes, okay, so this is sort of where I just finalized yesterday. And we're going to start working into Ascension now. So we'll probably start off here with that gnarly little rock step just after the tubing. There are these as well, like where you were climbing up that, but so I'm getting distracted again. So when you watch this, just understand it takes that long to take one image from one of these clips, and I've already gone through all of these. Yeah, and we have all of these. So I'm up to here from, where is it? So from, oh my God, it's only 3. I thought it was more than that. So every image that you guys have seen so far, oh, I had to delete a heap, but the new images from Ascension series, and there's, maybe 60 already? No, not that many. Look, between 20 and 40, I think, is from these 3 clips. I managed 20 to 40 photographs. Which ones I use, that's phase 5. We're up to phase 4 now, so I still have to go through all of these. Not all of them, because this one's going to be something separate, but let's see, without giving away too many sneak peeks. Yeah, so here we are, we're coming up to the end of Ascension. We're going over the rock bridge. Oh yeah, and there's one of our final shots when we're all lined up. So from the 19th, nothing after the 19th. So yeah, there's still 20 plus clips I have to go through to see, yeah, actually 23 clips to see if we can get some good shots, and possibly some actual footage too, actual you guys actually moving. So yeah, we'll see. I think most of it will be just like a slideshow or something. I might slip a little clip in here and there, but it's really difficult to film other people. Like taking photographs is already difficult enough, but to film someone else is very difficult because I'm very particular with what I put up on the channel. Don't mean to be, sounding nasty towards anyone there, but like most of you that know me and have spoken to me personally know like what I'm, but I love to see control. And a lot of you guys are getting that, and that's why I'm trying to push through these. No, I'm not trying to push through them. I'm trying to get the best shots for you guys, because I appreciate your time coming and sending it with me. So I'm going to spend some time on this to thank you guys for your support, and I really do appreciate it. And let's get into the clip, yeah? Alright guys, I'm just going to give you a quick example of what it takes to take one photograph. I'm going to work through my process. I haven't looked at this clip yet. This is just one of the clips from Ascension 3. So let's try to find an angle. I think this is Elvis. Not sure. Oh, let's have a look. So we're coming in here. Alright, so the first thing I want to do, I'm moving this with my my right thumbstick to move the clip along. And then we're going to try to get you, when you're on top or when you're breaking through that prop. See, you've broken through now, so you go, yep, you go all the way through. Right, so we'll wind it to there, and now what I do is slow everything down. Like we're talking 20, 35 to start with. Um, this is the speed of the clip. See how I increase it? The clip slows down. Decrease it, it slows down a lot. Speeds up, sorry, slows down. So we're not going to go 5 because that's ridiculous. What on the world? Excuse me, I'm being interrupted. Guy can't catch a break. Right, so we're back here. So we've slowed it down, and now these are your cameras. I'm sure you found this so far, but I'll go free camera. Because as you can see, again, I'll just show you, this is the limit I have. So it's quite substantial in the off-roading courses, but if you guys get outside of here, say you're just climbing up this hill, I won't be able to get an angle on you. You got to stay within, what is that, 10, 15 meters? Or maybe 20 actually, to me. Otherwise, yeah, I can't get an angle at you. So, here we go. We're going to get up here. We're going to see you guys coming through this. So we slowed everything down so we can get an idea of the angle we're going to use. This is what's happening right now. Bounce off that. Come down. A little bit of fire there as well. Alright, let's just pause it there and have a look. Are you serious? Again? Come on, man. It's like 5:30 in the morning. I swear, every time I'm trying to do an actual voiceover, people call me and stuff. Right, so let's have a look-ski at this. So the reason why I slow it down to, like, you know, sometimes even 5% is so I can pause when there's, you know, there's dust coming off your tires. There's you know, when things are breaking, that adds textures to the vehicle, to the photograph, sorry. Because I'll show you a quick example of why I like to run it slow. Because if I go back just a touch, see everything disappear? Now there's no dust, there's no debris. All the effects of breaking props disappears. And then, you know the worst part about it? We'll go back to this shot and it's gone as well. So a thing to keep in mind is don't go backwards. See, if we play now, all the effects will come back. See, now I can skip forward and they're there again, but as soon as you go backwards, voila, they disappear. So that's something to keep in mind when you're trying to take photographs, if you want a bit of motion in your picture as well. Yeah, so, and another thing I'll do is if I know there's something coming up, I'll try to find a cool angle, and this is holding L1 and just scrolling across with right and left on my D-pad. And so, like, I think that will be a pretty cool shot. Somewhere there would be pretty cool, I reckon. Just for an example, you know, working through my process. Right, so now what I'll do, I'll keep that there, and I'll go up back, and let that play to get those effects back in. Then we'll just go like that, and we'll skip ahead, and voila, the effects are back. So now we can work with this image. So sometimes it's difficult, but what I like to do is not have the walls in the background. That's really hard on my courses, because as you know, I like to close everyone off, you know, to direct you along, I reckon, the gnarliest paths. I'm getting sidetracked again. So what I'd like to try to do, I'm not sure if I'll keep that patrol in the background or just have it just on you, on this vehicle here. So That's also a pretty cool angle there. And we'll get your face in it as well, so... You can also... Oh, should I get the KTM in there too? Alright, getting distracted. So, what I try to do, I try to find an angle like that. And so, this is level with the ground. If I want to make it look even more gnarly, I'll tilt up a bit. But again, I don't want too much sky, and I definitely don't want walls. So sometimes you're limited with the angles you can actually get, because of the background. Because the sky is always nearly too bright. Nearly always. So let's just work with that, yeah? To remove all the information, that's R3. So it's just clicking on your right thumbstick to remove everything off. Right, so now I'll go into depths of field, and if there were other vehicles behind us, or if I do want to actually... You see that bush behind the left hand of the car? If I have that at default, it'll just blur everything behind the car. And also sometimes the rear of the car, you see the wheels are slightly blurred. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have that all in focus, that whole frame, with this particular shot. Now filters. Look, I went in this on my main clip. There's all these filters you can go through. I tend to use nostalgia a lot, just because of the colours. With this one I can't, because if you look at the front lights, they're too bright. That's another thing I've got to ask you guys, turn your lights off when we're driving. When you respawn, they're automatically on, so you'll have to make a conscious decision or conscious note to turn them off. Because see, most of that image would be good with that filter, let's say, but the lights are too bright. And for me to take those lights down, I have to go in to take this image, once I'm finishing editing, to my PC and isolate those too bright bits. And it's a pain in the ass. I do it, but I don't like to do it. I'd like to eliminate that step. So we'll keep scrolling through. Sometimes I don't even use filters. Actually, a lot of the times I don't use filters. But with this one, see, that's got a nice colour, but again, too bright, and I don't want to have to edit that. Alright, we're going to go with no filter. I'm trying to keep this quick, guys. Alright, crank your saturation up. Not too much, because you don't want it to look too much. Contrast, just play around with these guys. You'll get a feel for it. Like, if you want to make a really realistic photograph, you can. If you want to have it just black and white, you can do that. Black and white, let's say we're going for a black and white image. We keep that somewhere there. And you just turn your saturation off. That's your colour. And then, voila, you've got a black and white image. It's as easy as that. There are filters, but this is clean. See, the saturation takes out all the colour. So, crank that back up. Somewhere in there. Because see, once I do it here, I normally take it off the PlayStation, put it on my PC. So, I don't want too much colour. So we'll go somewhere like that. Take the brightness down just a touch. And this shouldn't have an effect. Yeah, look, somewhere in there. And that's, you know, for this particular shot, that's how long. I got ahead of myself and actually pressed the button. So for this particular shot, that's all it took. So however long that's taken, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. And now what I would do is take this, you know, finish off this whole scene. So we've got still all of this to go through. So the rest of this, see the bottom? So there's another vehicle coming through. You're still creeping along. So what I would do, I'd keep this down at 35%. And now I'd just move my camera back to free aim. Well, it's always on free aim, but I just move it so I can observe what you guys are driving over, and I just continue on. We got flames and everything, so there'll be a couple really cool shots out of this sequence. So let's say we stop there again, which we're not, but this is just an example. Like, this shit takes ages to nail down. So we've got lots of things breaking through this area, so this will be some cool shots. But it's just timing. See, that's very unrealistic up there, so I would try to get an angle, you know, something like that if I was going to use this shot. Because, you know, we've got the patroller in the background, he's climbing, you're just breaking through. But yeah, I wouldn't actually use that particular frame just because of that. So I'd take it back to just before that. Yeah, so I'm going to leave it there. That'll give you an example of why it's taken nearly 2 weeks to compile these images. And see, I'm just at the, you know, part 3 of the, 3 of 3 of Ascension. So I've still got all of Ascension to do. We're not even, yeah, we're about halfway there. See, there's the finish line. What was the way up there? Oh, you can see it if I scroll. No, I can't, because I'm limited by the... No, there she is. There's our rocket ship. So we're nearly there, guys. I'm going to cut it once once I get to the top of Ascension, because I have still all these vehicles that are coming up. There's the rest of you guys down there. A couple of people still coming through. So this... The one thing that I have to emphasize is the distance I can shoot in. See, it looks like a lot, but if you count this out, look where the vehicle is in there. That's like, I'm the center point, yeah? So it goes out from me. So we're talking only, you know, 20 car lengths, and then I'm out. You know, like, I can't get in front of you anymore. And to get these images that are worth taking and sharing, I need to be able to get right around your cars. And I need you to drive slow. Because slowing it down, sure, I can do that. Like, look, 5%. It's nearly frame by frame. So a lot of the time, I'll work with 5%. I'm not going to do that right now because it's so painful to probably watch. But if you're driving really quickly, you're tending to jump over things. And I can't keep up with that. It looks too unrealistic. So I can't really use those images, unfortunately. I do try, so I can get everyone into the photographs, or their own personalized photograph, should I say, but you know, it makes it so much harder when you're floating over things, you know. So I'm going to leave it at that. Hope this gives you a sort of idea of why these things take so long and why I haven't released everything yet. It is coming, and I'm really hoping to get it done by this weekend. Don't hold me to that, but that's what I'm working towards. Got a bit of time this week, so hopefully I can get it done. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll see you off the beaten track.